In our fast-moving world, we often measure life by what we lack, not by what we already have. People run after comfort, wealth, power, or recognition, and even when they reach one goal, a new desire quickly takes its place. The result? A heart full of complaints and a mind that forgets gratitude. Gratitude is the simplest feeling to understand, but the hardest to live. We thank others when they help us, but deep inside, many of us still feel incomplete. We compare ourselves with those who have more, forgetting that someone else dreams of having what we already possess. This story is about one such man, a simple worker who thought life had been unfair to him. He believed his struggles were meaningless and his destiny cruel. But one meeting changed everything. Through a single lesson, he discovered that real richness does not come from gold or status, but from seeing the hidden blessings in every moment. So, close your eyes for a moment. Imagine yourself standing on a mountain holding a hammer, working under the hot sun. You are tired, sweaty, and frustrated. This is where our story begins, with a man who had everything he needed, yet saw only what he lacked. Once upon a time, in a quiet mountain village, lived a poor stonecutter named Haran. Every morning before sunrise, he would carry his tools up the steep hill to the quarry. His hands were rough, his back bent from years of hard work, and his clothes were worn thin. He worked from dawn to dusk, shaping rocks into smooth slabs for builders in the city below. Haran was honest, hardworking, and humble, yet deep in his heart, he felt a constant ache, the feeling of being unappreciated. He often watched the merchants pass by on fine horses, their clothes bright and their laughter loud. How lucky they are, he thought. They don't sweat under the sun or worry about their next meal. Each strike of his hammer reminded him of what he didn't have. A bigger house, new clothes, respect. He felt invisible to the world, as if his life had no meaning beyond the stones he broke. One evening after a long day, he sat by the mountain stream, tired and bitter. He whispered to the flowing water, "Why must my life be so hard? Why did the heavens make me poor?" Just then he noticed an old monk sitting nearby under a tree, watching the sunset in silence. The monk's robe was plain, his face peaceful and his eyes calm like still water. Seeing Haran's sadness, the monk spoke softly, "My child, what troubles you so deeply?" Haran poured out his heart, how he worked endlessly, but lived a life of struggle. How others seemed blessed while he carried only pain. "Is this my fate forever, master? To remain poor and forgotten?" The monk smiled gently. "My son," he said, "not every treasure shines. Some are hidden in dust. Even a rock carries the blessing of the earth if you can see it." Haran frowned. "Blessing? All I see is pain, master. What blessing could there be in this misery?" The monk looked up at the setting sun and said, "Perhaps you need to see the world from another place to understand." He then placed his hand on Haran's shoulder. "Tomorrow," he whispered, "you will wake up in the life you think you want." Before Haran could speak, the monk had already closed his eyes and gone still. The evening wind blew softly, and a strange calm filled Haran's heart. He walked home wondering if those words were real or just a dream. That night, Haran could not sleep. The monk's words echoed in his mind. What did he mean that I will live the life I want? As dawn approached, his eyes finally closed. When he awoke, he felt silk instead of straw beneath him. He opened his eyes in shock. He was lying on a bed draped in gold fabric. Servants rushed in with trays of food, bowing before him. He looked around. He was inside a grand palace, surrounded by marble pillars and bright curtains. He had become a rich merchant, exactly as he had always envied. At first, he felt joy beyond measure. He ordered the best food, wore fine robes, and gave commands with confidence. Everyone bowed before him. Finally, he thought life had given him what he deserved. Days passed in luxury, but slowly he began to notice things. There were merchants wealthier than him, with more ships and greater fame. When they entered the market, people ran to greet them first. His heart began to burn with jealousy again. One evening, as he looked out from his palace balcony, he saw a king passing by with guards, elephants, and golden banners. Haran's heart whispered, "The king, he must be the happiest of all. If only I could be a king." That night, as he slept, the wind outside seemed to carry the monk's voice, "Your wish is heard." When he opened his eyes the next morning, he was no longer a merchant. He was the king of the land. The royal crown glittered on his head. Servants bowed at his feet. Musicians played when he entered the hall. Every order he gave was obeyed instantly. At first he felt unstoppable, but soon he saw that even a king was not free from trouble. There were wars to fight, enemies to fear, and sleepless nights filled with worry. He watched the sun blazing high above and thought, "The sun fears no one. It rules over kings and kingdoms. I wish I were the sun." And once again the next morning his wish came true. He rose into the sky as the shining sun, spreading light across valleys and oceans. He laughed with joy. "Now I am truly powerful." For a while he felt glorious, but one day dark clouds gathered and covered him. He tried to shine harder, but the clouds blocked his light. He realized, "The clouds are stronger than me." He wished to become a cloud, floating freely in the sky. And just like before, his wish was granted. He drifted over mountains and rivers, sending rain wherever he wanted. He enjoyed his new power until a strong wind came and pushed him away. He cried out, "The wind is stronger. I want to be the wind." And so he became the wind, moving fast and wild across the earth. He uprooted trees and tore down roofs. He felt invincible until he hit a tall mountain that did not move. No matter how hard he blew, the mountain stood still. Frustrated, he said, "The mountain, yes, that's true strength. I want to be a mountain." In an instant, he transformed into a great mountain, tall and firm, reaching the clouds. Finally, he thought, "Now nothing can harm me." But after some time, he felt something sharp on his side chip. Chip, chip. It was a stone cutter hammering away at his rock. With every strike, pieces of him fell. He felt pain and fear. And then, like a flash of light, realization struck him. As he watched the stone cutter work, his mind filled with awe. That man, he thought, so small, so weak, yet he shapes even me, the mighty mountain. He is stronger than I am. And then the truth burst inside him like thunder. He wanted to become that stone cutter again. He wanted his old life back, his simple hut, his small meals, his hammer, his peace. Before he could finish the thought, everything went dark. When his eyes opened again, he found himself standing by the mountain, holding his hammer, wearing his old clothes. The morning sun was rising just as before. For a moment he felt confused. Then tears filled his eyes, not of sadness but of joy. He fell to his knees and kissed the ground. "Thank you," he whispered. "Thank you for giving me back what I had lost my own life." He realized that his endless wishes had taken him in a circle from man to sun, to mountain, and back to man. All along, he had been searching for happiness outside himself, but gratitude had been waiting quietly inside his heart. The monk appeared once more, smiling as before. "Now you understand," he said. "The richest man is not the one who owns the world, but the one who is grateful for his little corner of it." The air around Haran felt lighter than ever before. Every leaf, every sound of the mountain breeze seemed alive. He looked at the same stones he had once cursed, and now saw something new. Each rock glimmered softly in the morning light, as if smiling at him. He picked up his hammer. The weight felt familiar, but it no longer felt like a burden. He began to work, and with every strike he whispered, "Thank you. Thank you for my strength. Thank you for this work. Thank you for this day." People from the nearby village passed by and saw him humming as he worked. One man asked, "Haran, what makes you so happy today? Did something good happen?" Haran smiled. "Everything good has been happening all along," he said. "I just never noticed it." The monk approached slowly and sat beside him. "You have found your treasure, haven't you?" he said gently. Haran nodded. "Yes, master. I thought happiness was in becoming more, but I see now it was in appreciating what I already had." The monk placed a hand on his shoulder. "My son," he said, "gratitude is not a word, it is a way of seeing. It is when your eyes choose light instead of darkness, even when both exist before you. You learn this lesson not through comfort, but through loss. And that is the way true wisdom enters." Haran bowed his head. "Master, I now understand. When I was poor, I thought I had nothing. When I was rich, I had everything but peace. Only now, when I have the same life again, do I finally feel full." The monk smiled. "Gratitude does not change what you have. It changes how you live with what you have." From that day forward, Haran became known in the village not just as a stone cutter, but as the singing worker. Children came to watch him carve stones while humming peaceful songs. He taught them to notice the small miracles, the taste of cold water, the comfort of shade, the smile of a friend. Years passed. Haran never became rich, but his heart was never poor again. He had found a kind of wealth that gold could not buy: contentment. He thanked every sunrise for another chance to live, and whenever someone complained about life, Haran would say quietly, "Don't ask the world to change for you. Change the eyes with which you see it." Dear listener, if you think about it, most of us are a little like Haran. We work hard, we try our best, but still we look at others and feel we are missing something. We compare our homes, our jobs, our relationships, even our own looks, and in doing so we steal peace from our hearts. Gratitude is not a natural habit. It must be practiced. The mind is trained to see what is wrong before it sees what is right. But every day gives us many small gifts: the air we breathe, the food we eat, the people who care for us, the body that serves us. These gifts do not shout for attention. They whisper quietly. Only a grateful heart can hear them. Try this. When you wake up tomorrow, before touching your phone, whisper 3 words: "Thank you, life. Thank you for another day. Thank you for the roof above me. Thank you for the chance to begin again." When you do this daily, something changes inside. You stop chasing every desire like a shadow. You stop blaming destiny for every problem. Instead, you begin to work with peace and accept that some rocks in life are not obstacles but stepping stones. Gratitude also brings humility. It reminds us that we are not the center of the world, but part of a vast, kind universe. Even our smallest joy is a gift shared by many unseen hands. The farmer grows the grain. The cloud gives the rain. The sun offers warmth. Every comfort we enjoy carries the effort of countless lives. When you truly see this, pride melts and peace begins. And that peace is the real treasure, the one that Haran found on the mountain. Being grateful does not mean giving up dreams or living without ambition. It means balancing desire with awareness. You can still aim for a better job, a larger home, or new experiences. But do not let those wishes blind you to what you already hold. The stonecutter's life teaches that both dissatisfaction and gratitude can live in the same heart, but only one can lead it. When gratitude leads, desire becomes gentle, like wind filling a sail, guiding you forward calmly. When desire leads, it becomes a storm that throws you around, never letting you rest. Balance also means accepting that life moves in cycles. Some days bring gain, others loss. Some moments are bright, others dark. Yet gratitude can survive them all. It is the quiet candle that burns even when the wind howls. When you appreciate what you have, you also learn to use it wisely. Grateful people work harder not because they must, but because they care. They love deeper because they know love is fragile. They forgive quicker because they know time is short. So remember, success without gratitude feels empty, but a simple life filled with gratitude feels like success itself. That is the balance every soul must find to walk through the world desiring growth, yet rooted in thankfulness. Haran's story ends where it began, on the mountain, with a hammer in his hand and a smile on his face. But for us, his lesson continues each day we live. Every morning we are given countless gifts: the sky, the breath, the chance to try again. We pass them by because they seem ordinary, yet they are miracles in disguise. Gratitude turns ordinary moments into holy ones, turns a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. It changes "I have to" into "I get to." And that small shift changes everything. So, my friend, before you sleep tonight, take a moment to count not your worries but your blessings. You will find more than you imagined. Remember, even the hardest rock can shine if you look at it under the light of gratitude. The monk's voice still whispers through the wind. True richness is not owning more, but needing less. Be like Haran, keep working, keep learning, and above all, keep thanking. Because gratitude is not saying thank you once, it is living thank you every day. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who feels tired of life. Maybe, just maybe, it will remind them that even the roughest rock can turn into gold when the heart is grateful. Stay kind, stay peaceful, and always stay grateful.